Don't hate your enemy. Love your enemy. You seen Christians actually loving their enemy? You seen white people love their enemy? We should not hate Osama bin Laden. We should love Osama bin Laden. Because if we hate Osama bin Laden, then we are haters. Anybody ever say that? But on the other hand, we're supposed to be all forgiving. Okay, they stole our land, but we can't be crybabies. That happened a long time ago. But meanwhile, Jews lost their land 2,000 years ago, and that's all right. Because they're kind of white, aren't they? So long as it's something that's benefiting the white race, it's all right. If it's something that's benefiting the non-white race, well, there's a problem with it. Those damn Arabs, those damn Persians, they got our oil, and they want to call their own price for it. We're going to control that oil. It's our oil, and we need to control it, because what are we going to do in the next 50 years if they control that oil? That's what Afghanistan is about. That's what Iraq is about. That's why they're getting on the case of Chavez. There's a lot of different things that we're not fully aware of. Economics, we're not fully aware of history, we're not fully aware of anything. And most white people aren't aware of this. You know, there's a few who are progressives and who are aware of this, but the majority of people, you know, they're not aware of it. Obviously, not all white people are evil, and not all white people are conscious of what they're doing to the rest of the world. But there are a lot of them who are aware. There are white supremacists, like the ones that are out in Arizona right now. That is an ugly Nazi thing that they did. They're trying to pretend that it's all, oh, it's just about us and our rights, and you can't have these illegals coming here. Exactly. 1492, all of these illegals that have been coming since 1492, let's make it retroactive to 1492, and we're all in favor. Let's get rid of the illegals. Retroactive 1492. Let's see if Brewer will sign that one. But how many of our people have the courage to actually speak that way? No, you know, it's their land. We have to respect their laws. We have to be very careful. You know, we should join the military and help defend this country and go kill those Arabs and those terrorists. And what do they? Well, let's see. If the U.S. would get out of Saudi Arabia, leave that whole area around, all that petroleum, and leave it alone, why would they have any reason to terrorize the United States? If the U.S. stops trying to steal other people's lands and their resources, why would anybody be trying to terrorize? All they're doing is defending themselves. That's a lot better than what we're doing. If you look at the situation in what's Palestine, what's called Israel, again, the people there at least have been fighting. And with us, we've been watching TV. We've been, you know, just wasting our lives right now. There's no plan for the future of our people other than how we're going to become part of the white race. So the work that we're doing right now with Mexica Movement is to hopefully wake up some of our people. We know the majority of our people they're all drugged up on drugs, they're all drugged up on white supremacy, they're all drugged up on materialism. And a lot of them, they're never going to wake up. We know that. We know that that's a reality. And then, of course, we have all the procrastinators, the people who do know and say, well, you know, once they get way bigger, you know, then we'll go help out what's going on with Mexica Movement. Or, you know, once it becomes cool, you know, then I'll start reading too. Once it becomes cool and they got a show on TV, you know, then I'll do something. Once you know, everybody starts talking about it, then I'll become part of it. But right now, the fear factor in our community is really ugly. In terms of, say, what's going on with Spanish language TV or English language TV, or what's going on with this whole hip-hop monstrosity that's out there, or just look around your own families. How we speak in ignorance, how we speak in cowardice, how we speak in treason, how there's no plan for the future of of our people. So there's a lot of different issues that we need to be thinking about, and that's basically what we hope people, when they go to our website, that they'll have these YouTubes to educate them, and the different materials there to educate them. And hopefully, if we can get 1% of our people to be involved in this education and liberation process, we might have a chance in the next generation or the generation after that. But it has to be done, or else we're done for. The good part is that there is a lot of material. In the past, I've shown some of the recommended books. This time, I brought in basically a lot of new books that came out just within the last year. The latest one is, this one's called Bonfires of Culture: Franciscans, Indigenous Leaders, and the Inquisition of Early Mexico, 1524 to 1540. And this is talking about basically how our culture was being destroyed. And this is about the Inquisition, some of the transcripts from the Inquisition. So you can see, how evil, because that's the right word, how evil the Europeans were. And we gotta also stop these divisions. Oh, the Spaniards or the English, they were Europeans. They all benefited. They all participated in the crimes. Or the Catholics or the Christians or the Protestants, they're all part of Christianity. This monstrosity that is Christianity. Treat other people as you would want yourself to be treated. Is that what Christians did? Not at all. What the hell are Christians doing with armies? What's that got to do with Christianity? See, we don't think about it. They don't think about it. They just profit from it. So this is Bonfires of Culture. I've just started through it. I've been skimming through it, and it's interesting that this writer, Patricia Lopez Don, thought of the idea of what was going on in the 1500s. How did this genocide become institutionalized? And that's basically what this book is talking about. And just came out actually about a week ago. It's a new book. And there's a new one I'm still waiting for. Inga Clendenin, for those of you familiar with her, she's got a new book coming out, and where she's also dealing with a lot of the issues of genocide. I think her book is coming out at the end of April, beginning of May. This one is titled The Aztec Pantheon and the Art of Empire. For those of you who've already planned to go to the Getty Museum in Malibu, there is a whole exhibit of the art that's on loan. And again, it's showing a lot of the imagery. It tells a little bit of the history. And some interesting images in here that I've never seen before also. And what was interesting, on the way over here, I drove through East LA, and they have these kind of banners for the Getty. And they picked kind of the least beautiful of the art pieces. So when you get a chance, drive through, and it's got this whole imagery kind of like of death and human sacrifice. And that's what they're trying to promote through that in East LA. Obviously, when you go through this book and when you go to the exhibit, there's a lot of beautiful pieces. Why did they not put a beautiful piece? I'm not saying that's not a beautiful piece, but it goes with the imagery of death and human sacrifice. It's going to be there for the whole summer. And one of the people that put this book together is a guy named John Pohl. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. He's kind of a good and bad guy. This is the guy who was a consultant on Apocalypto, in case you weren't aware. He's the guy who gave validity to that monstrosity of white supremacy.